but I retired last year, mid-year. I made $205,000 at my last portion of that year that I worked. That's what I made. $44,000 in taxes. I made $203,000 in profit last year on my rental portfolio. So 205 from W-2, 203 from rental. It was a really good year. Last year ever working. Guess how much I'm paying on taxes on my rental income?
Zero. Wow, you were
It
able to
is
like put it
zero.
all.
I am
Wow.
again carrying forward a loss. I'm finishing up my taxes
Wow.
now.
That's
The
amazing.
tax, this is what the poor and middle class get wrong. They think the more you make, the more you're going to pay in taxes because they get a raise, they get a promotion, they work some overtime, they see more taxes going out. They refuse to admit, or not, they refuse to recognize that we do not have a tax penalty system. We have a tax incentive system.
Encouragement, incentive. Yes.
Right. So the other thing that I think the poor and middle class refuse to admit, refuse to recognize, and this is not a secret of the rich because we are all saying this all the time, is that the difference between poor, middle class, and wealthy isn't how much they make or how much they have. It's what they think the purpose of money is. Poor people think the purpose of money is to buy things. So if they want more things, they work more. The middle class think the purpose of money is leverage. So they want a good credit score so they can get a big house and a big car and have people think they are successful. Wealthy people understand the purpose of money is to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how many times we say it, we'll hear poor and middle class say, well, the wealthy can make money with their money because they have a bunch. Well, you flash back to me having a bunch of bad debt, making $17 an hour. I could have chose to stay in my house, buy a nice car, take trips, but instead I moved into an apartment. I chose to move into an apartment and rent my house out. I chose to save for 2 years, work a side hustle, work overtime. I chose to buy a duplex instead of a house to reduce my housing costs. I knew when I was poor that the purpose, and I didn't for 40 years. So it's not like you're just born knowing this. But at 40, I was like, oh, maybe the rich people are onto something, that the purpose of money is to make money. How can I do that while I'm not making money and I have a bad debt to income ratio and a low salary and not a lot of resources? I had to come up with a plan to take my money to make more money.